Bully could probably recognize stuff, especially numbers with his deliveries and everything, but that's the extent of it, I'd imagine. So, I'll say,
Human
oh, that's,
script. Go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna say, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I never really learned how to read myself.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I know it's not a very common skill for Pokemon to have, but I have to tell you, my world completely changed and opened up, devouring book after book after book. It's such a amazing, amazing experience.
Wow. I never really thought of it that way. I mean, hey, maybe you could teach me sometime.
I would love that. I would love that. I know that if you can definitely appreciate a lot of things, a lot of information out there by reading. It definitely is an eye-opening experience, perhaps over dinner. And there's nothing that beats the smell of the pages of a book. Reminds me of the smell of newspapers.
Well, I bet you get that smell a lot then.
Yes, it's comforting. It feels like home.
So, by this point, how much have they traveled? And I want to roll another perception just to see if anything.
I would say you're about more than halfway. You probably are 2/3 of the way there by this point.
Okay. And is the perception fine?
Yeah. What is there anything specifically you're looking for or looking out for?
I suppose not. I mean, if there's just anything that would catch his eye out of the ordinary below, or to avoid flying into anything,
Yeah.
just kind of the usual flying stuff, just in
Okay.
case. Partly because he is a little more distracted than usual, I think.
Yeah.
So
No,
engaged in conversation.
you're not gonna run into anything. You're
Okay.
fine.
Cool,
Okay.
so he's fine.
So what's going to end up happening now is Inky is going to tell you to stop over first at a house that's not where their final destination is. She just needs to drop something off in Cerulean City. So she'll drop something off at this random house, and she'll just explain that I needed to deliver a message to somebody that Keith's about to interview sometime soon. But while we're here, we definitely can go over and check out my friend and see if my friends, plural, and see if they can help. They're just over there, just past those trees. And so
Okay, great.
you guys will fly over there, and you'll get to a window, and Inky will start using her beak to rap on the window. Ew. You are you are currently. Let's say that you're currently playing with Ezra. How are you playing with a 2-year-old child?
Like, Ooh is he's pulling balls of slime off of himself and kind of tossing them to Ezra, and he's catching them and throwing them back, and Ooh is absorbing them back in.
Ezra's taking it and just playing with the goo, and Ezra's basically treating it like Play-Doh. Pretty much, and like warming all of
mess.
Yeah, it's like squeezing it.
Oh, Errol's gonna love this.
He's getting it all over the walls, almost. So there's like the wall is covered right now, like because, almost like a kid got some finger paints and just kind of went, yeah, let me make a mural. And so currently, this child is not being supervised because the person who's supposed to be supervising it is asleep. And I know, and the mom, entrusted this person to supervise her child because she's too busy worrying about her husband and doing stuff, figuring things out for her husband. So yeah, this child, the living room is a little bit of a chaos, in chaos at the moment. So, you hear this rapping at the door.
Yeah, he'll turn and he'll say, "Ooh."
And then
He'll
the
look
child
and-
is like clapping right now, getting goo all over the place.
And
Ew,
so
I really want them to
goo all
finger
over the place.
Tiffany's
Yes.
cheek.
goo.
Yes, the ew goo is going all over the place.
So can you see who's outside of the window now?
Yeah, it was gonna recognize Inky. I would say that Yu knows Inky relatively well, because they converse. I wouldn't say that they're close, but definitely good acquaintances. So you know about Inky, you know that Inky is superstitious. But you also see a crowbat behind Inky.
Yeah, so Yu will look out the window and he'll say, "Black friend, flying friend."
You're back.
Yes. Yes, it's so good to know that I am your black friend. Yes. Everyone needs one every now and then.
So he'll slither up and he'll say, "I'm playing with tiny friend. Wanna play?"
Oh, we would love to normally, but I'm afraid we could use some help. We need both you and Tiffany's help.
Oh, Tiffany's taking a nap. She must have been very tired. He looks behind him, and Tiffany's. I guess she's
Sprawled out
asleep.
on the floor.
So can
well,
they see Tiffany from the window?
yeah, they can see Tiffany.
Okay, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I imagine she was probably reading Ezra before she passed out.
Is Tiffany a snorer?
Yes.
Okay, so she's kind of going right now, and I guess Inky will say, "Oh, well, I'm afraid this is a bit of an emergency. We should get her awake. We should wake her up now."
Emergency? What's wrong? She's just taking a nap.
Oh, well, my friend Bullet here should be able to explain. Why don't you explain? Oh, sorry, do you know each other? Bullet, this is Yu, this is Bullet.
Yes, I know him.
Hi,
He's
Yu.
flying friend.
Well, you see, the problem is all of our trainers fell asleep too, and like all at the same time, and we can't wake them up. And Fabian is being all weird, and we don't know what to do right now.
And Yu is quite worried at this news, and he turns back to Tiffany. And he's, I didn't try to wake her up.
Oh,
And
go
so
try
he
real
starts-
quick. Yeah.
He starts moving toward Tiffany, and he kind of grabs onto her clothes, and he's shaking her.
Okay, so back in the dream world, so Chase he's at his sandbox still sitting, and Tiffany, your clothes are starting to shake, and you're starting to feel a little violated right now because your clothes are starting to shake on their own.
There's a bit of a slime, just kind of.
There's a little bit of slime starting to like fall onto your clothes.
Yeah,
too,
when
'cause you
I
can
wake
feel-
up, we're talking about this.
So, is there a first aid kit in sight?
Are you talking about with you and
With Yu, is there a first aid kit in sight?
I think that by this point Tiffany has now a first aid kit in her
Purse
inventory.
now.
Yeah, in her purse now.
I
So you know that
learned.
she keeps something. She has something in her purse right now.
Okay, so Yu is upon seeing her not wake up, Yu is gonna. I need something to help, and he goes to her purse and he gets the first aid kit.
You get the first aid kit. You'll be able to get it out of her purse. I would like for you to roll a what is it? Medicine knowledge, medicine education,
Medicine
whatever that-
education.
medicine education, please.
Okay.
You got this.
Yes.
I'm waiting for like a 2.
I'm waiting for a 2, so she pulls out the scissors. I'll help with this. This will make her up. Stab.
Inky
That was-
helping is integrating rifles.
That was being generous.
I
Oh my
thought
God.
2. Yeah, I thought 2 was the lowest you could.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So
So
um,
so you roll a 1.
Yeah, he just opens the first aid kit and starts putting everything in the first aid kit on Tiffany.
So he takes out, pulls out, so there's scissors in the first aid kit. So with a 1, I'm gonna say pulls out the scissors. Does Bullet react to this? Because it looks like is literally about to try to wake up her partner by maybe stabbing her in the leg.
Let me roll medicine education and see if he knows any better.
Yeah, go ahead.
11.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. Well then, given that he's faster. Oh, but he's not. He's outside, isn't he? Still.
Yeah, but you can still call out.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna have him zip it, but if he's outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, just perk up a little, seeing that. Like, whoa, wait, hold on a second.
What? I'm just gonna wake her up.
The scissors.
What else is in the box?
And Ooh looks up and he pulls out band-aids and they're all covered with slime now. Pulls out some gauze. He tries to wrap that around Tiffany.
Inky is going to look towards Bullet and then she's going to look back over at the kit and she's going to start reading things because there's a bunch of things there that have words on them. And Inky says, "This is smelling salts. What are smelling salts?" And then Bullet knows from an 11 that smelling salts is supposed to wake people up.
They probably delivered to like a lot of poke centers and stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it doesn't seem like Inky nor you knows what smelling salts are for.
Okay, well,
but you do.
Yeah, hearing about the smelling salts, he'll perk up again and say, "Oh, ew, grab those."
So Ooh will kind of unsuccessfully at first grab them, and then eventually he has them.
And Inky says, "Well, we don't." It says, "I'm afraid Ew, are you gonna try to open the cap of smelling
No, he's
salts?
he's gonna just kind of set it down on top of Tiffany's head, like there.
That's a start. Okay.
There, that worked.
Nothing's happening. Bullet, nothing's happening.
Would he know that it needs to be opened?
Yeah.
Now comes the question: can he beat a child-proof lock?
Ew. He'll nod a little bit, say, "Yeah, I think we need to open it first." Not sounding
Well.
too certain, because he doesn't want to be that guy.
Well, I'm afraid I don't have any hands, and my beak certainly can't open it. So,
So can you
Well, what about
use
him?
bite?
Can you bite? Does he have teeth?
No.
Or does he just gum on
Humans have
everything?
the two top teeth that are
Yeah.
crystals.
yeah.
Let's see. He has the move bite.
Okay.
So I guess he
That
can
or-
bite.
Or you know what? How about Fury swipes?
Okay.
Just sludgy.
Let's see. Fury swipes.
Otherwise, yeah, Bullet will suggest having Ezra try.
To open the child proof.
Yeah, to open the child. Well, he
All
does.
right. All right. You use Fury Swipe attack on the canister on the bottle of salts, and then the smelling salt canister bursts, and all of it turns into a powdery cloud of smelling salt. And I don't know if anyone's actually smelled smelling salts, but it's like, whoa! Like that thing wakes you up. And so for you guys, you get this really intense feeling up your nostrils. At least you and Inky do. And it almost gives you sort of like a high, a temporary high sensation. Tiffany, in the dream world, you start to take a whiff of this too, and that like doesn't wake you up in the real world, but it wakes you up in the dream. And you're like, whoa, what is that? But you can probably recognize that to be smelling salts, the scent of it to be smelling salts, and it's really powerful and really, really, really,
I
like,
think someone's trying to pick me up. Appears not to be working.
Sorry, was Molly saying something?
Yeah, Ooh kind of he shakes his head. He tries to
Okay,
Says,
this isn't working.
says, well, there has to be something else. And he keeps looking through the first aid kit.
And you keep going through the first aid kit, and there doesn't seem to be anything else that could help wake somebody up. The smelling salts is pretty much it, really. Oh, well, what should we do now? Should we... Maybe we should at least go back? Should we take Tiffany with us? Should we leave her behind?
What about the baby human?
And he'll nod toward Ezra.
She turns towards Ezra, and Ezra at this point seems to be watching TV right now. I don't think Ezra was paying much attention to the explodey things that's going on over there. I think he's too now like ingrained in the Bob Corsola.
Right.
Corsola Bob SquarePants. Yeah.
Oh, he seems okay. Never mind.
Oh, he's fine. You know that the mom is just in the other side, just in the other room. So she's in the house. She's just like in the other room, I guess, doing whatever business she needs to do to get ready to talk to her husband or get to her husband, if that helps you.
Okay, so he was gonna say, maybe we should tell Tiny Friend's mom before we go.
Okay, well, we'll wait here for you then.
Oh, okay. We'll be right outside.
So is the door closed?
Yeah.
And in the
Okay,
meantime,
so-
do Inky and Bullet want to try to like start moving Tiffany out? And Ew, I suppose. Oh no, Ew's going. Never mind.
Yeah, you can start to try to take Tiffany out. You can.
Okay.
You guys can. I think with Bullet, he can at least squeeze in and try to push Tiffany out the window. That would be really cool to see. To have the mom see.
If I fall to my death, everyone.
No, you guys
Well,
are
I
on the
have a
first
backup.
floor.
Don't worry about it.
You'll fall into the bush. You're fine.
You'll fall into the bush. It's the first floor.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
so,
no spinner rack.
Yes.
Yeah, so Ew will go to the door where the mom is, and he'll just kind of flatten himself and slide underneath it.
Your mom. You see the mom, and she's. Right now she's looking through papers or something, and she's like looks very stressed out, and she's, scratching her head, trying to make sense of these documents that I'm sure you can't read. So she doesn't notice you come into the room.
Okay. So Ew will go up to her, and he'll kind of take her hand or take her. Grab onto her clothes and start shaking it.
You'll grab onto her clothes and she'll gasp. Oh. Ew. She says, "Don't do that." She says, What is it? What is it? What do you need? And
what he's saying is, you have to. There's something wrong.
And
of course
with that, the mom, well, she doesn't understand what you're saying, but she gets up and she will eventually, rub her eyes, and she'll put down what she has on her desk, and then she walks over to the door, and then she goes out into the living room. And the first thing she's going to notice is not necessarily that Tiffany is gone, but what she's going to notice is all of the stuff on the walls. And she's going to say, "Oh, Ezra! Ezra!" And she's going to start scolding Ezra, and Ezra, of course, is going to look very innocent and flash and give the little innocent child, bat the innocent child eyelashes at her, and she's basically going to scold him, and then tell him that he needs to go to his room, and she's going to start cleaning up the mess. And basically, she's going to be focusing more on that than what else you guys are doing, whatever you guys are doing at the moment.
Not even going to notice the babysitter is gone.
Yeah, did we successfully stuff her through the window then?
This woman has this woman has got a lot in her mind right now, so I think she's not completely like 100%. It's getting late, and so she's like, maybe she just thought you stepped out. I don't know. Maybe she figured you just stepped out or something. Had to go get some last minute fabric for this project you were working on. I don't know, because your fabric's still there. So what does you do now?
He watches her for a minute, and then he makes his way to the window where they went out, and
Okay.
he'll say, I think she got the message.
Oh, good. And you can already see that Tiffany is on Bullet's back.
Okay.
And just
What
like
could go
attached
wrong
with the
with
reins, right?
Yeah, do you think you could help? Bullet's probably will probably think, I'm guessing, to ask somebody who has hands to try to fasten Tiffany onto
Yeah. No, he went through training safety and everything.
Yes. So what would he say?
Oh, I thought Inky was gonna ask. Well then in that case, first, does he have saddlebags then?
He does.
Okay, cool. That can be for.
I guess conceivably, you could also ride in the saddlebags. I think you could. I think you would be able to carry them both, and if you did, then your speed would be comparable to Inky's speed at that point.
Okay.
If you carried both.
I wouldn't want you to drip through a basket or anything.
True.
I was thinking Inky was gonna be there. Okay, well anyway, so yeah, Bullet with Tiffany on his back will look at you and say, "Hey, can you help fasten her down a little bit? I'm used to only carrying people who can hold on themselves."
Yeah, so
he'll get nice.
will go. Yeah, he'll go up and he'll take Tiffany's hands and he'll place them on the handholds, and he'll look at them and he'll say, "No," because even he can tell this is not going to work. So he says, "Well, maybe if I ride in one of these," and he gets into one of the saddlebags, and then he reaches out with his hands and he holds Tiffany's hands there.
So just kind of like hugging around Bullet to hold her hands.
Yeah, basically.
Like a seatbelt.
Yeah.
So he just shrugs a little bit, looking down like, "That's not what I expected, but would you be able to hold on?"
I think so. She says I give the best hugs.
Okay, so just in case, can maybe Inky like throw the reins, behind Tiffany so they're at least.
Yeah.
It's Ray and Tiffany Bullet at least.
Yeah. She'll do that. She'll use her beak to do that, since her wings can't. So.
All right. He'll nod then and then look at Inky again and say, "All right, well, do you want to be in the basket or do you want to fly with me this time?"
She says, "I think you have enough of a burden on your shoulders already, so I can just fly right next to you."
Okay. You
I'll
ready?
I'll just stay very close just to make sure nobody falls out.
Right. Good thinking. Well, I'm curious, would Tiffany be having any more sensations?
Yeah.
Since we just shot out a window.
Yeah, we'll say that Tiffany, you feel a little vertigo, for a moment, which is what happened when you fell out the window. Almost like if you're like half starting to fall asleep and then you start to feel like you're falling. I'm sure people have felt that before, feel like they were falling.
Yeah.
So you only feel that for a moment. And then you start to feel a breeze against your face. And then you have a sensation as if somebody's hugging you.
What
Are you okay, Tiffany?
doing? Sorry, what?
Are you alright? Is something happening to your body?
I think so, but you doesn't know how to fly. It feels like flight.
Oh.
Which has me very, very concerned.
So it looks like someone found Tiffany. Guess he mumbles as she glances around, seeing if anyone else is looking breezy or anything.
No,
And
nobody
we're
else
all-
looks breezy. So yeah, it looks like Tiffany's hair is blowing in the wind, but you don't feel wind
So
or a
she's just
breeze
in a
at all.
commercial right now.
She's in a commercial right now.
The hair looks cool like that, if that helps. Might be a bit cute enough, but inflation.
There's been too much weirdness the last 2 days for that to be fun. So what was everyone doing before we ended up here?
Castle events. We were just in the apartment.
Well, I was-
where?
Sorry, in Saffron.
Okay. I'm in Salion, so that's
You're
weird.
where?
Salion.
Well, all four of us were in the same room, and we were kind of yelling at each other.
And I figured
Why?
maybe it's because we were all so close, but if you're clear down there, maybe this has a wider effect than I thought.
Oh, everyone kind of. Oh, people is like unconscious right now. Is that what's happening?
Well, who knows how many people are unconscious?
Hello, is
We
anyone
only
else
see us five
unconscious?
here.
Anyone else show up?
Alright, I assume no one else shows up at the call.
Nobody else shows up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was Molly saying?
Molly will look at Noir, and she'll say, so if your brother's not here, that means he must still be awake, right?
Oh, that's a good
Oh
point.
no! He's in the house by himself. The door was wide open. What if he wanted outside? He feel the street right now.
No, he was probably the one
So
tickling us. I'm
Just
sure he's
robbing the
fine.
house?
I was watching a
Take it
2-year-old,
back.
so
Take it out,
also a little panicked here.
Well, now you're flying.
Yeah. Ariel is going to kill me.
Molly will say, "Come on, all of our Pokemon were there. I'm sure they'll try to keep him from leaving."
Yeah, and he likes Fern. Fern wouldn't let anything bad happen to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure Remy will keep an eye on him.
Rabbi, curious is your brother, or how old is he?
Around 15, but he has a learning disability.
Okay. Lux Donzamis, he'd be smart enough to hide if it got bad.
It got bad in what sense?
Glances over at Shay still in sandbox. Momentary stab of guilt. Realizes bigger issue. Lux is a Mimikyu. I don't know how many people know what that breed is.
Could I assume that Cassie would, or do you want me to make an education roll?
Yeah, making a roll in occult
Oh, a cult.
Pokemon education?
or Pokemon education. Either will do, whichever's higher for you.
Maybe both.
I might roll.
Here, I'll roll in a cult, but I'm also going to let me help you with that with Molly, so she can re-roll.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
So Molly
The
can
night
roll
of
again.
crit fails.
All right, and
And you get
Nice.
a +3 to your roll, so you have a total of 12 for Pokemon education.
Nice.
so somehow I know more.
So, okay.
Well, I
Both
talked you
of you-
through it, maybe reminded you of some things, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna say that all three of you know, Ella included. All three of you know what a Mimikyu is. I don't think you've ever encountered a Mimikyu before. You probably would never want to necessarily, because you do know that the sheer sight of them underneath their costume can either cause people to go totally insane or worse, die of fear, which is why they certainly are not sanctioned within the walls of Kanto. So if somebody's running around with a Mimikyu, that's something really shady right there.
So hearing the Mimikyu then, yeah, Cassie's eyes, or hearing about the Mimikyu, Cassie's eyes will widen a bit, and she'll just, mutter, "Oh, shoot. You know Mimikyu are illegal, right?"
Yeah, I'm aware. It's not my
So
Pokemon, but I'm aware.
So I potentially left
It's
my
not your
brother.
Pokemon. Go ahead.
So I potentially just left my brother with a thing that can kill it. Can kill him. If he just plays with it.
Well, Lex dawns on me as being smarter than that.
Oh, you think you would let it?
I don't
You saw the
understand.
orange bundle at the explosion? That was Lux.
Oh, sorry.
I've
A
since made
lot
a
of that
custom.
day is blocked a bit.
Okay.
So I assume that the Mimikyu then belongs to Batman over there.
Yes.
Good to know. Good to know.
Goal Batman.
Go Batman.
Goal Batman.
Hmm. Oh, maybe I can use that against him to not make him report me to the psychic registry.
Why would he have to report you? You're wearing the pin.
Her pin
Yeah,
lies.
we're in the wrong color.
Oh. Okay.
A raise of hands, actually, really quick. How many people are doing some sort of illegal activity or have in the past? As she looks around.
Some petty
Molly.
shoplifting as a teenager, but
Okay, stealing, lying,
Molly,
looks at Molly.
Molly rolls her eyes and
All right, see? Cool. Maybe that's why Cresselia brought us all together then.
is this where
That doesn't
we
solve anything.
finally meet Arceus and we all get our final judgment?
Oh god, I hope not.
yeah.
Oh, I really
Because I
hope
feel
not.
like I've paid for my crimes multiple times over.
Ditto.
That's clever. That was out of character, sorry.
So I think Molly's gonna take Noir aside for a minute.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. And Molly's gonna say,
Yes.
so everyone else was kind of riled up back there for a while and they were yelling at you a lot. So first of all, how are you doing?
Worried. And apparently someone out there knows my private bank information, knows my voice well enough to mimic it, and my appearance, so either got a crazy stalker or someone who really hates me for some reason, which I can't possibly imagine.
And we know the person associated, sorry, both with the cash thing and the bank thing, or museum thing, were Tiffany's brother, right?
Trenton, yes, Trenton.
Okay.
Yeah. So Molly will say, look, I don't know what the explanation for that is, but for what it's worth, I don't think it was really you.
Oh, thank you.
See, the thing about crime is that the person doing the crime has something to gain. And it seems to me like you have a lot to lose if this was really you.
Yeah, and to be honest, if I did anything illegal, I would not be using my real name. That's why I didn't even use my real name when I called Huxley. Gosh. That's
that's
not a
a-
good idea.
That's such a rookie mistake. Even I wouldn't make that mistake.
Obviously, like, they're trying to get someone caught.
And also, I don't think you would put your brother in danger like that.
No, I won't.
Seeing how worried you are with him alone at home right now with all of us doing God knows what, maybe just passed out on the floor. That tells me all I need to know of how much you care for your brother. And I don't think you would try to put him in any kind of danger.
Thanks for believing me. Sorry for if I treated you poorly when we first met. I rattled from the explosion. It's no excuse, but I should have treated you a bit more with kindness rather than just seeing you as a tool to get information and have stop things happening again. Get scared.
Well, we were all a little bit rattled from the explosion. Some of us a bit more than others, and she'll glance back at Cassie. She'll say, but hey, That all happened yesterday. I think right now we need to focus on what's happening here.
Agreed. Will you report
For
me?
what it's worth, I've got your back.
Oh, thank you. Would you like a hug? Please, a hug moment?
Wow. Is in the dream world, does Molly still feel sore from the explosion, or are they feeling okay?
In the dream world, I would say that you're feeling okay, because it's not your actual body, so you're feeling fine.
So Molly will kind of she'll kind of flinch a little bit upon receiving the hug, but then she'll realize it doesn't hurt, and then she'll okay, it's fine.
She was astonished.
Yes.
We can actually feel each other in dream worlds. That's good to know.
I do have a question about that really quick, actually, just that dialogue. So I know they moved they moved away from the group. Are they within earshot, though, if someone were to try?
I'll ask them.
I was too.
How far away did you guys go? Like, I guess the question is, do you trust the rest of the group to not have to go way out of the way to have your conversation, or did you make it a point to get very far away from everybody?
I feel like having seen how everyone else was getting so riled up earlier, I think Molly would not want anyone else to hear the conversation.
Okay. So I think they went farther enough such that if you wanted to be in earshot, then you would have had to have noticeably gone towards them.
Yeah, so Cassie would have tried to listen in at first, but not hearing anything, she's not gonna go after him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, actually, since we can actually now engage, we're in the same place.
You are.
We can have our own conversation.
Yay!
Would you like to talk to Cassie, Tiffany?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead. Have your side. So while they're talking, these two are talking.
Okay, what was the confrontation you guys have been hinting at?
So, she'll look up from her thoughts to Tiffany and say, sorry, what confrontation?
The one apparently you were all having in the apartment.
Oh, I don't know. All this stuff is messed up. You were there for the explosion, right? The Pokemon and everything? Yeah, we're trying to figure out, who's all behind that. And then recently, my roommate, she got random money sent into her account. And so we, figuring out about all that. Just all these accusations everywhere. Cassie seems rather flustered by it all, just still trying to straighten it out for herself.
All right.
And I guess your brother's involved?
Okay. Well, actually, does she know about the money being put over? At this point, she just knows Trenton was arrested for the plate.
I don't think she knows about the money. I don't think
Cassie
she knows
just mentioned the transfer, but not specifically that he did it.
Right.
She could probably deduce that Cassie assumed.
Okay, so even not Dreamworld, somehow we're all linked.
I mean, I guess when you think of it that way, yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of people were caught up in the explosion, though. It wasn't
exactly,
just us.
But I wasn't in the explosion. I barely made it in the building.
And your Pokemon? Not them either?
No, it was with me the whole time.
Huh. Well, lucky you.
Yeah, I have first aid training that could have helped, and yeah, probably just would have gotten in the way, but
Better than me. I've read into it, but I've never actually had the chance to practice myself. Not that I necessarily want to find the chance.
no. Mine was more contest centers, and things have gone wrong with one of the Pokemon, deciding it did not want to be here today. So then it more just became, this is how you treat a burn. This is how you treat someone who's been encased in ice. This is how you treat a bite wound.
You get a lot of that in contests?
Depends. There are some Pokemon that just don't like to lose. There are some that shouldn't be anywhere near a contest hall. There are some that were just strictly bred to fight, and being brought into this arena is more, this is not right, this is not what we do.
Yeah, she scoffs a little and nods and says, yeah, a lot of people just take Pokemon for one thing or another. But I don't know. It's difficult, I guess, finding that balance sometimes. I've never put Fern in a fight yet.
No, I could never do that to you.
Yeah?
One, I don't think you'd understand what a fight is. I will hug them, then we will become friends. Yeah.
He did seem like that sort. Has he ever been in a contest, at least?
Not yet. I'm thinking about it.
Kind of surprised, honestly. I mean, if you're the contest sort.
He's a grimer. They're not exactly contest friendly. I think there was that alone one for a while ago, but the trainer never got back to me when I emailed, and
So you usually deal with other people's Pokemon then?
yeah,
And that works out okay?
for the
Not a
most
whole lot
part.
of obedience issues?
No. Well, depends how much time I get to work with them, and again, every Pokemon's different. Some are, I love people. Some are, get away from me. You are not my trainer. I will bite you.
Fair enough. No, I used to watch some of those contest shows with my mom growing up. They were fun, I'll admit.
Yeah,
I've never
which
seen one in
ones?
person, but
Oh, on TV.
yeah.
Do you remember a Goldian by the name of Gold?
Thinking
Trainer's
back,
name Emerald?
I guess she might, right? If it was on TV.
I would say so. I would say
Okay,
so.
so thinking back, because it probably has been a little while, but she'll cock her head a little bit and like, yeah, no, I think I do.
That was my mom.
What, your mom then was a contest
Yep,
or a contestant?
that was her thing. Some people were ace trainers. She was ace at contests.
No, yeah, she won that one, didn't she?
Yeah, she won a lot of them.
Well, I mean, kudos to her. I don't think I'd have the stuff for it. So you're following in her footsteps then?
Trying to. That longest time didn't have a Pokemon, and now that I do, I don't want to put an unrealistic expectation on you. He might not enjoy a contest, but again, he might.
Well, I mean, you two seem really close from what little I got to see of you.
Thank you.
I'm sure if you just did it for fun, he'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just don't be one of those moms.
Ugh, I know. One of those
But anyway.
moms I actually have to write a letter to very soon. Assuming I do not plummet to my death because my body is hurtling through the air. How the heck is I in the air?
I still don't get, if you're actually flying, how are you not awake?
Exactly.
From what
Yes.
Cassie would know about Cresselia and this kind of dream world, is it, I guess common, or is it unusual, however you want to spin it, for the effect to be this strong?
No, not at all. This
Not
is
at all
something
common?
Unusual. Not at all common. This is super
Okay.
unusual. When you were talking about when you're talking about the you're not one of those moms like about the Pokemon contest. Just a detail. I'm sure that Tiffany has probably seen the show and probably isn't a big fan of, although you might be, seen the show Combi Boo Boo. Combi Boo Boo.
Ow. He's aware of it and thinks it's evil.
Yes, Combi Boo Boo,
Yeah.
where this family is trying to bring this Kobe to become the ultimate, Pokemon
best
contest
queen.
winner. Yes, yes, the best. Eventually become a prize-winning Vespa Queen. Yes. Combi Boo Boo Child. Anyway, go ahead.
So if we're held here for now until we figure out the door's meanings, should we start working on that?
Admittedly, yeah. She definitely seems reluctant, maybe doesn't want to focus on that so much, but yeah, she'll glance back in the direction, Molly and Noir went. They
Okay.
just-
Are we starting with Brody's sandbox, or should we try somewhere else?
Let's leave Brody's sandbox alone to brood a little bit longer. What about one of your doors?
I am curious about the crystal. Like I said, I like shiny things.
I doubt the significance would be that petty, though. I mean, no offense, but
I know. It's fine.
what exactly was in her doors again?
a wall and a giant gem, or a crystal.
Oh, yours was
It was a prism.
Prism.
Yes.
A giant prism. Okay, so we are back at Cassie's and Noir's apartment. And where are the Pokemon and what are they doing?
Lex has gone back to Chase and is still trying to shake him awake.
Okay.
And Fern is like putting her body like next to Cassie's face and like doing this cold and going,
Okay.
wake up. And then go,
Okay.
oh, trying again.
Everybody, all of the Pokemon that are in that apartment, roll a perception, please. Hearing specifically. After a while, the door swings open. The front door swings open. And right behind the door are these two characters. These two characters are on the other side of the door.
No idea who they could be.
Does Fern recognize them?
I'm gonna say yes. You recognize them.
I was gonna say,
That's good.
yeah, she probably would.
And they're dressed in black. They're dressed in black, and the Team Rocket here, they have two types of uniforms. When they're in their covert missions, they don't have their uniforms with a big giant R on them because that's just gives it away. But Fern, you know that they have these other uniforms that don't have the R's that they use to be inconspicuous. And the things with the Team Rocket's patented armor is that they are built specifically to help them survive against typical Pokemon attacks. They're insulated, so it shields them relatively well from electricity, fire, ice attacks. Psychic's a bit tricky for them to get around, but at least from the main elements, they are armored so that they can take a punishment, take a beating, obviously because of the work they do. So they don't. Go ahead.
I had just a bit of a meta question, if that's okay.
Sure.
I was wondering then, does this like give them resistance to those types of attacks themselves, or does it just make it so like they can't be burned, can't be frozen, can't be?
Only
is it-
resistance.
Okay.
They do have better uniforms that, of various degrees, some that might as well be completely immune, but those are expensive to make and is not a standard issue. Claudia and Claudius probably has one of the higher end uniforms because they've been doing this for a while. So they can probably shrug off a lot of decent Pokemon attacks. This is what Fern knows. Only.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're there, and they open the apartment door, and they have a very surprised look on their face. I don't think they notice Fern immediately, because I think they're just shocked at the sight of having a bunch of random unconscious people in the room. And Claudia will first ask, "What do you make of this, Claudius?" Claudius is like, "I don't know. This isn't what I expected to see behind this door."
Fern will perk up and trot over to them and go, "Yip, yip, yip, help, help!" And like point towards Cassie.
Okay. I'm gonna say, just for story purposes, that currently Remy is in with Fabian in Fabian's room at this moment. So, and he didn't hear what was going on either. So we'll say that he's in the other room right now. When they hear the yip, both Claudia and Claudius, they pull out something from their holsters. They actually have guns. They actually have two guns, and they aim the gun down at the Pokemon that made a noise towards Fern. First of all, how does Fern react to that?
Like Fern kind of like freezes up and like starts shaking and like goes on her back and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I did the wrong thing. I'll be quiet."
Wait, Claudius. Claudius says, "Wait, Claudius. That Vulpix looks and then she looks at the. She immediately notices the single tail, and then she says, "Fern, Fern, is that you?" Claudius says.
He nods like very timidly.
Wait, Fern? Claudius says. Then that means he looks around the room. Cassie. His eyes finally fall on Cassie. Well, this is a turn of events. She at this point Claudia like gets down on one knee, and then she says, "Claudius, shut the door." And Claudius will shut the door behind him, and Claudia will go up to will kneel down as Fern, and she's just gonna sort of pet her down the neck. Oh, there. It's all right. You're amongst friends. Claudius is gonna go immediately up to Cassie though, and see that she's unconscious. He's going to check up on her.
What was the last interaction that Fern remembers from Cassie and the twins? Was it good?
I would say favorable. The twins.
Okay.
You have never. I don't think the twins have ever done anything personally to you to cause you to not like them. So, I would say that you're in relatively friendly terms with them.
Okay, well.
So.
Well, Fern will let Claudius go up to Cassie and just nuzzle into Claudia's hand.
Okay.
Not really seeing anything wrong with the situation at the moment, but can she do an intuition check or something to insight them?
Sure. What do you want to roll?
I guess intuition, because I want to see
Go ahead.
if Fern picks up anything subconsciously.
Go ahead.
I hope she does. Okay.
4. So you don't get any intuition from that, and Claudius is still looking down at Cassie, and he's about to say something when Claudia immediately whispers, "Claudius, look." And Claudius looks towards where Claudia is looking. Where's Lux at this moment, just out of curiosity?
Still on top of Chase, eyeing
All right.
these two very warily.
They're not paying attention to you. But Claudia is looking right at Noir. And Claudius is looking in Noir's direction and says, "There it is. I never thought it would be. It's asleep. I didn't think it would be this easy." And Claudia says, "Well, don't look at what's the term? Don't look at a gift in a
horse in
horse's
the mouth.
mouth.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
She says, "Don't look at a gift Ponyta in the mouth," she says. And she suddenly gets up from where she is and looks down at Noir, and Claudia goes over to where Noir is and says, "I never thought I would see one this close." "Yeah, it's magnificent," Claudia says. "We should go grab it real quickly so we can bring it back to the boss," Claudia says. So you basically see Claudius take out this giant net, and then he's...
We'll
What is-
probably be weirded out by the words they're using and kind of
Yeah.
wander over to Nor and go, do affectionate things towards friend. Trying to go, no net, friend.
It's okay, Fern. He'll say, we'll take good care of him, or it, I guess. They say as looking down at Noir, and Claudius takes the net and he puts it over Noir's body. It's a large net.
Okay,
And-
Lux really doesn't like that. The second the net goes over her, can he do something?
Sure. What does he want to do?
Let's go with Tired and True Woodhammer. So I don't think they're expecting
Okay,
it. Which one
Go
has
ahead.
the net? Claudia or Klaus?
Claudius.
Claudius, then.
Go ahead.
I just hit it, and 53 damage.
53 damage. You you hit him with a wham, a hammer, which actually seems to throw Claudius off of his feet. He falls over. The net is still on Noir, but Claudia immediately turns towards Lux, and she takes out her gun and she fires at Lux. Lux, I'm gonna allow you to roll an acrobatics.